Everybody, whoever can say we say extra Kaddish. We have breakfast this morning. Please help yourself and honestly sponsor it. Thank you, Manny, for davening. Thank you, Charlie, for Delaney and for Musaf. Just a quick thought. I want to defend Noah, Father Noah, because Noah doesn't really get as much as respect. And Noah was somebody who brought joy to his grandparents, the first person to recognize grandparents. He brought tools. He invented agricultural tools. He built an ark for 500 years. He was ridiculed for 500 years. And yet, you look at Rashi. Rashi brings two opinions. He goes, Yesh nei Rabbis say. He goes, some of the rabbis, Dorsh Mosol Shrach, they say that he was a tzaddik, including the generation of Aaron. And he says, V'yesh Dorsh Mosol Gnai. They look at it in a negative way. And he really was, had he been in the generation of Abraham, he would have been nothing. So it's interesting. Rashi usually goes with his first opinion. He likes his first opinion. It's because those of our rabbis call him a tzaddik in every generation. But he doesn't call them rabbis for the Gnai. Interesting. So you see where he's coming from. He doesn't even say who it is who say these things. In fact, the Shpola Zayda says you cannot be a tzaddik without having people who oppose you. Even Moshe Rabbeinu, people who oppose him. If a true leader has detractors. However, there seems to be a contradiction because Rashi seems to go with the opinion that Noah would have been a tzaddik in every generation. Yet, when it talks about the fact that Noah was forced into the teva of Bnei Mehamabel because of the waters of the Mabel, the flood, what does Rashi say? Af Noach mikatani munahaya. Noah was a man of little faith. Mamin ve'amami. He believed but didn't believe that Yavi Hamabel, that God's going to bring the flood. Nichnas lateva. He didn't enter the ark until the waters pushed him. This seems to contradict what Rashi said earlier. However, I heard the name of my father. I remember him telling this to me that you have to move the comma. If you move the comma, everything works out. If you have to read the Rashi, Ach Noach, even Noach Biktani Amuna Hayamamin, that he believed that even those of little faith in the generational flood, he believed that they were going to do tshuva and they were going to repent. The Einoma, he didn't believe that God was going to bring the flood. So by moving the comma, you can reconcile Rashi that he's consistent with the positive viewpoint of Noah, which I believe is important because Noah, if you look at the literature, Noah gets a bum rap. And Noah really was, we're called B'nai Noah. Everybody, except for the Jews, are called B'nai Noah. He certainly was a man. He lived in two generations of disparity, of depravity. The flood and also the Arflaga, the Tower of Babel. He was a righteous man in every generation. The Torah calls him a tzaddik, yet people still disparage him. In his generation, but the Torah calls him a tzaddik. So even the Torah, even God calls him a tzaddik. Those that oppose, they say he was a tzaddik. Have a good Kodesh. Do we have a minyan for Kaddish? No.